Well, we do have a crowd this morning monitoring some of the conditions this morning. Roseanne is live along the Dan Ryan. Roseanne, when I took the Dan Ryan in this morning, it was really bad out there. How's it looking now?
Well, I know you mentioned that, and because of that lull that Mike's been talking about in the city, the roads are looking much better here. You know, earlier I was up on Lakeshore Drive by Monroe, and the roads were really clear. It's not that clear here. It's what I would call sloppy. I would say the Dan Ryan is sloppy. We're right at 59th Street where people are really hitting the brakes as they're heading north to the city. And there's a lot of snow on the side. The roads are wet, and it's really cold, so there could be slick spots out there. Now, earlier, as I said, we were on over by Monroe and the Drive, and look what happens when the wind picks up. The snow blowing like crazy over there. So that was probably the biggest problem. But again, this is a lull. We don't know what to expect coming up. Earlier this morning in Rogers Park, it was the same kind of deal. Winds really blowing that snow around, and of course earlier it was coming down in the city. And so we're dealing with the residuals of that, and here back live off the Dan Ryan, this is Wentworth, and you can see that these roads are sloppy. The snow is heavy and wet, so it's pretty slushy. Definitely traffic moving slowly, and you're going to want to give yourself plenty of time. Now, I also want to point out, in case you have any trouble, you want to make sure you have what you need in your car. Dress warm, even if you're going garage to garage. If you get stuck somewhere and you have to get out, it is cold out here, it is windy, and more snow is going to be on the way. So we're going to keep an eye on things, maybe talk to some of the people at this gas station here who I'm sure are coming from parts where it's far worse. On the south side, on the southwest side, there are some big backups and more snow piling up. But for right now, from the Dan Ryan, I'll toss it back to you in the studio.
All right, thank you. So stay bundled. Thank you, Roseanne. We also want to get an update on the conditions in Northwest Indiana.
Joining us is Indiana State Police Sergeant Glenn Fifield. We know you've gotten hit pretty hard by some of that lake effect snow. So how are the current conditions looking out there?
Yeah, so right now we're actually catching a little bit of a break. The snow has stopped, but the roadways are completely covered. The interstates are covered with snow and slush, and it's making travel very difficult this morning.
Glenn, are there any routes that are impassable at this point in time, or is everything you can get through it? It's just slow going?
Yeah, it's basically slow going everywhere. Right now, we just had an occurrence on I-65 southbound at 109th Avenue, so that's in the Crown Point area. That's an uphill bridge overpass, and one truck got stuck going up it, and that just creates a chain reaction of everybody stopping behind him. So now we're struggling to get traffic southbound at that location. So right now that's our problem spot. We do have a snowplow that was stuck on I-94 near Portage, but yeah, overall it's very slow travel. This break in the lake effect snow is hopefully going to allow our plows to get caught up and get these roads clear. But yeah, it's definitely slow travel this morning over here.
Yeah, definitely not good when one of the snow plows is getting stuck out there. If people do need to travel this morning, should they be trying to take some of the non-interstate roads?
I would actually not recommend that. It took me what usually is 10 minutes to get to the interstate, took me a half hour. The secondary roads over here in Indiana are worse than the interstates. So I would not recommend that. The main roads, as you can see behind me, are traveling right now where I'm at relatively well. But as you head north, get towards 94, Crown Point, the corridor right near Lake Michigan, it gets a lot worse. So yeah, the secondary roads are not better by any means.
Okay, so Glenn, we'll end on this. What's your advice to drivers? And then if someone does get into some type of accident, fender bender, should they get out of their vehicle? Should they stay in? What do you say?
Do us a favor, stay home. Don't drive. That'd be the best thing this morning. But if you can delay your travel a little bit until we get these roads clear, that would be great. Yeah, if you are traveling, reduce your speed. If the speed limit's 55, you're not going to be going 55. You're not going to be going 50. Just knock it down about 10, 20 miles an hour. Take your time, get to your destination. If you are involved with a crash, call 911, stay in your vehicle. We've had fatalities happen with people that have been struck by cars standing outside their vehicle. The safest place for you to be is inside your vehicle with the seatbelt fastened, and we'll get first responders there as quick as we can. But, if you've lost control and crashed, there's a really good chance that somebody else would do the same thing where you're at. So stay in your car.
Indiana State Police Sergeant Glenn Fifield this morning. Thanks so much, Glenn.
Thank you.
All right, time now 6:08 this morning. Taking a look at the flight cancellations and delays at Chicago's airports. So far, O'Hare has reported 230 canceled flights, along with 57 delayed flights. Midway isn't much better. They're reporting 140 cancellations along with 6 delays.